Finally made it to Trondheim. Top 5 most nerve-wracking flights I've been on. After crazy events yesterday evening, we started to descend and then all of a sudden it pulled up. Turbulence. And it started to descend again and then a few minutes later they called it, it's like gale force winds. But we made it safe and sound. Here we go. And all the plans have gone out the window. So we're literally discovering Trondheim together for the very first time. Let's go explore. But seriously, just grateful to be here and see what Trondheim is all about. And to find out if it was worth the crazy events it took to get here. And more on the mayhem trying to get here later on. Wow, look at those buildings. So nice. It's really raining now. Shit. Our first order of business is finding some food. Even though it's dark, it's already 10:30 in the morning. After getting up at 4 a.m, it was second breakfast time, and I relied on an old classic I first had in Bergen. This is the regular sandwich. It's got avocado and egg in it. Some really nice bread. The most expensive small sandwich. But I'm happy about it. It's fine. I'm here. Once in a lifetime. I don't know what's happening here. This is something actually very unusual. I asked the ladies at the tent and they said they come out maybe every 10 years. They're the people who are normally in the mountains. And today they're teaching people about what to do in the outdoors, I guess. The different ways to build your fire. And it smells good. It smells like campfire. Just down the street is a must-see. And it's called Nidaros Cathedral. I'm sorry about butchering the pronunciation. You're probably thinking what I'm thinking right now. Another church. But actually, this one is really significant. And it's not a church, it's actually a cathedral now. And it's over 1,000 years old. It's one of the most important religious places in all of Europe because St. Olaf is the one who brought Christianity to Norway, and he was the Viking king. That in itself, to me, is pretty cool. One thing that I can't figure out, though, is why there are hearts in the trees. But look, there's a heart. So it's not just the cathedral. Man, the zoom on this thing is sick. That is a nice door. This statue is badass. Looks like a troll. The other really cool thing that I love about it is actually that there's a massive trail along the coast that leads to this cathedral. Another reason for me to come back. I'm gonna have to look into it. Are you in? I think I found my favorite spot in all of Trondheim. This is so cool. So beautiful and so tranquil. I don't know how I would feel living on one of those things or like being there though, because they've got those stilts. Imagine if there's a lot of bad weather, woof, what would happen? But now it's peaceful. Another one. Look at this. This is clever. I've never seen this before. It's bird feed in a mug. So cute. I feel like I was getting to know Trondheim really well, but there was something missing. I'd heard rumors there was an epic place. Look at that massive flag. That's where we're going. But first, the necessities. This is only weird if you make this weird. This is a public toilet, and what's incredible is that it's better than some of the toilets that I've seen in restaurants and stuff in other countries. I mean, you have to pay for it. It's like €1. It's got dry, you've got soap, water. Oh, and ladies? Dun, dun, dun. Whoa, this is pretty fancy. Very nice. 10 out of 10 Norway. Oh my god, it's so cute. I love it. If you're anti-booking tours in advance like me, you'll love this. It's like a DIY QR code tour. Ooh, this is a little bit dirty. Holy shit, look at this view. Huh. Yeah, it's perfect timing because the sun's gonna start going down soon. There is a time of year when it's complete darkness, polar night. I'm gonna see if we can go inside. Boom. The door. Rats. This was supposed to be the highlight of the day, but I was so wrong. Trondheim had a surprise. No, but travel will. Plans completely out the window, but do you think it really matters? Nah, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't. I was just a little speck dancing in the middle of a town square on a giant rock with crazy weather, and now, perfect Norwegian meal. And I need lunch before my next leg of the trip. Funny enough, I did not come to Trondheim to see Trondheim. No offense, Trondheim. But I came actually to go to Ure in Sweden. It's gonna be super cool, I hope. Fish and beans and chips. My camera's gonna die. I don't know how much longer I have. Oh, shout out to my patrons, because without their donations, I would not have been able to get this new camera. So thank you all so much. I hope the videos are a lot better now. I have to say, this is magnificent. What a vibe. What a day. Now back to the crazy events that brought me here. The weather had forced the pilots to turn back to Oslo. Once we arrived, there was a surprise by the airline. I'm glad they made this decision, and I've got to say, holy customer service from Norwegian Airlines. Unbelievable, like SMS, information, hotel voucher, meal voucher, like everything sorted. That's the way you should run a company and your customer service. Fantastic. I looked at the weather once we arrived in Oslo, and it's like gale force winds. I looked at it. Crazy. Top 5 most nerve-wracking flights I've been on. I'm so glad I was able to make it. What a crazy evening last night was, but you know what? It's all about the journey. It's all about the adventure. Some people might not even ever experience this in their life, and if you've never had that before, it's scary. It's like gut-wrenching. And there was something that was like so Norwegian. Actually, it's not just Norwegian, it's very Nordic. The captain came on, he told us in English that we're going back to Oslo. But what blew my mind was that you didn't get like a, oh shit. Like, you didn't get any of that. The plane was silent. That to me is the epitome of how Nordic culture and even Norwegians are very different than a lot of other places that I've been to. If I had been on a flight with a bunch of Spanish people would be losing it. They would be furious. And actually a flight full of Canadians, we would be like, oh shit, like really? The question is it worth visiting Trondheim just for Trondheim? And I would say yes. If you love smaller cities and you love getting to know a new place that's really close to nature, I would say yes. If you're coming just for the city, you probably only need a day or two, let's be honest. This is good. I'm going to focus on eating. Yep, the shortest day of exploring, but then I was off to Sweden. The train was cancelled, so my hope was that the bus would make it. What an adventure.